back, dear viewers. Thank you so much for staying with us. You're still watching The Breakfast Show live on Nile TV International. And now it's time for our daily press review to take a look at the major headlines in the Egyptian dailies and to comment and analyze these news. We're most delighted to be joined in the studio by Dr. Walaa Sherif. She's a professor of political marketing. Doctor, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Karim. Thank you for
We start, dear viewers, our press review in today's episode from Al-Ahram newspaper, where we read President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi issued a presidential decree on Thursday to retrospectively form the High Elections Committee, HEC, though it has been unofficially working since July this year. According to the presidential decree, Judge Ayman Abbas, the head of Cairo Appeals Court, will head the HEC. Dear viewers, we're going to be taking a look at this report, the detail, to look into details about the High Elections Commission, and then we'll be back to resume the press review, so stay tuned.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi issued a presidential decree on Thursday to retrospectively form the High Commission for Elections, though it has been unofficially working since 15th of July this year. According to the presidential decree, Judge Ayman Abbas, the head of the Cairo Appeals Court, will be head of the HEC. The committee will be formed by 2 deputies from the Court of Cassation, 2 deputies from the State Council, and 2 heads from the Appeals Court. The members are chosen according to the seniority of their positions. The decree added that the HEC would start its work to prepare and supervise the parliamentary elections in sight of the Political Rights Law and the House of Representatives Law. Egypt has been without a parliament since June 2012, when a court dissolved the lower chamber after ruling it was not constitutionally elected. Sisi ratified amendments to the election law that regulates electoral constituencies in July. According to Egyptian officials, the parliamentary elections will be held in Egypt before the end of 2015.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Moving on with our press review, we go to Al-Ahram. We're still with Al-Ahram newspaper. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi issued on Thursday a presidential decree approving the establishment of Dayrat new aqueducts at 365 million Egyptian pounds and a loan from the Japanese government to Egypt. Egypt and Japan had signed the initial agreement in Sharm el-Sheikh Economic Conference on March 14th. International Cooperation Minister Nagwa Al-Ahwani agreed with the Japanese ambassador that the repayment period would be over 30 years after a 10-year grace period and with an interest rate of 0.1% per annum. The interest rate, which would cover payments for the project's consultant, would be of 0.0% per annum, according to the agreement. Dr. Walaa, we covered 2 news. The first, the presidential decree about the High Elections Commission, and the second one is about these, the establishment of the new aqueducts and cooperation between Egypt and Japan. Your comments on both presidential decrees.
First of all, about the elections, it's time to focus on what is going on elections, whatever the kind of election is, and especially Egyptians keen about parliamentary elections, that we're waiting for to see who are the members or the candidates, and also other elections. Yes, it's very important, it's very risky, and I'm not that optimistic by it. That's why up to now we did not take a decision that let's start parliamentary elections.
We haven't even set a date, or the elections law has not yet been ratified.
Yes, there's something weird about parliamentary elections. Yes, it's very risky. I think that goes back to hidden, let's say, hidden profile of some members that may be
making preparations.
Yes, making yes, and we saw that since 5 or 6 months ago, since they published banners at streets to introduce themselves to citizens, even if we did not announce that the parliamentary elections.
And also, Doctor, I believe many are fearful that the NDP will be back, but with a new face.
Yes, not only them, and also MB, Muslim Brotherhoods, and you mean...
National Democratic Party.
Yes, yes, you mean that, and Muslim Brotherhoods, which are more risky than the previous, yes. So the Muslim Brotherhoods, we are afraid because up to now, you know, that they announced that today will be more than one demonstration at some areas. So they are working on that, and especially on social media, they are launching a lot of campaigns to make more than one demonstration, and they and if we announce the parliamentary elections, they will take it as a chance to be in a hidden way and to apply their own profile.
So do you think that there should be a political isolation law?
Not that, not political isolation, because this will not be good for the Egyptian streets or youth especially. They will not be with that law, of course. So I think that it's open to all people, but we must increase our...
The Egyptians have to choose very carefully.
Yes, increase our own awareness to judge who will be the member. So any kind of elections, we must know what are the updates that are going on, and we are waiting for the parliamentary elections.
Yes. Moving on from الأخبار اليوم newspaper, Egypt's ambassador to Libya, Mohammed Abu Bakr, expressed his optimism about the outcome of the national discourse between the Libyan factions, expecting that there will be a political solution in the next few weeks. The ambassador added in the remarks he made in Geneva following the end of a national discourse session, Egypt has an important role in supporting the dialogue between the Libyan parties, and it has exerted much efforts to this respect. Doctor, as the ambassador noted that Egypt has been playing a pivotal role in the mediation between the Libyan factions, and I believe that there was a big conference held here encompassing all the tribes, and Egypt has been mediating, and according to the ambassador, hopefully there has been agreement that has been reached. Your comment on the Egyptian mediation between the battling or the rival Libyan factions?
It's very important, very, very important nowadays, because Libya is not only an Arab country that we are supporting, but also it is important for Egypt, for the political stability for Egypt, because Libya faced a lot of terrorism attacks, and Daesh group were existing there. So that support to Libya and that conferences that to be held to support Libya or to reconstruct Libya from the beginning, because it is ruled by militias. So it's very important, that kinds. And also
political instability, because you have a Tripoli-based government, and that so this political instability must come to an end in order to have a stable Libya.
At Libya, there is no political situation at all. It's really ruled by militias, by the rule of weapons. No government, no, even the citizens, they left Libya. So it's very important to reconstruct Libya from the